Okay, MFG 122. I've got a couple of things to show you today. We want to talk about calipers. This is something that you're going to have to buy. I have a bunch here that are of varying quality, and I want to show them to you. Let's start out with something that you may find that I don't want you to buy, and I'll explain why. This caliper here, this is a very, very good caliper. This is made by a company, Starrett. It's made in the United States. It's made in Massachusetts, and it is very, very well made. It's got a nice dial on it, and this is called a dial caliper. This is a serious measurement tool that is made very, very well and is designed to literally last a lifetime. It is also fairly expensive. It is also delicate. It has this watch crystal type face on here, which can be damaged if you drop something on here. Now, while it can be repaired, Starrett is very good at repairing their things. If you send them in, of course, they're going to charge you money for it. But they're very well made and they are repairable. I would advise that you not get this for a couple of reasons. Number one, this dial is a little bit harder to read than the digital calipers are. Okay, and this is way too much money. It's more money than you need to spend for just this course. If you at some point in the future decide to need something of this quality because you're going to be using it every day and you need to have very high quality, repeatable results, then this would be an excellent choice. But for now, I would advise against buying something like this. Very nice tool though. The next category is something like this caliper. This is also a very well-made caliper. This is a digital caliper made by the Japanese company Mitutoyo. And Mitutoyo makes very, very good products. This is a digital caliper made of the same quality as the Starrett dial caliper, except in a digital version. This is a very popular model. This is an absolute AOS Digimatic. It has the capability of downloading information to computer software for quality control and data logging. It's a very, very nice caliper. It's got inch settings and metric settings. And it also has the zero adjust and absolute settings. So this is a very good caliper. Again, this is a lot more money than you need to spend. Both this and the Starrett caliper I just showed you are around $120 or so. So you do not need something of this quality. The next thing on the list is this caliper made by Fowler. Fowler is a company, it's a U.S. company, but their products are made overseas. And this is also a very good piece of equipment. This is a little bit less expensive. I forget off the top of my head how much this goes for, but this is a very well made, very smooth operating piece of equipment. This is also really excellent and at a somewhat lower price, on par with the Starrett and Mitutoyo products. But this is also a lot more money. Like I said, I forget exactly how much it is, but it's a lot more money than what you need to spend at this point in time. So, what are the options left? Well, the only other options that we really have are some of these Asian-made calipers. These are identical, actually. These two calipers are the same. One has a silver satin face, and the other one has a black face to it. And I think the black face one is actually a little bit easier to read, but you know, it really doesn't matter. Both of them are just fine. These calipers may have some dead batteries here. I think one of them works, or maybe none of them works. Well, in any case, the display is very easy to read. It also has inch and metric settings, and it has a zero setting on here. It doesn't have an absolute setting, but you don't need that anyway. There's a couple of YouTube videos where guys are testing these and they're checking the quality of them and you know, doing some reviews for you. And they criticize these as not being very accurate, that there's some that are as much as 0.03 of an inch off. That may be true. You may come across some of these that are not terribly accurate. But one thing that's very important to remember, first of all, is that all of the calipers I just showed you are made of metal. None of them are made of plastic. Do not buy a plastic caliper. That has absolutely no use in a machine shop environment. You have to have something made of metal. These are all stainless steel. The quality of this, though, is more than adequate for what it is you are going to be doing in this class. And the projects that you will be assigned to do have tolerances built into them so that they will kind of wash out the potential for any variations in your caliper. So in other words, if you measure your part using your caliper and I use a different caliper, first of all, there's always the potential that there will be differences between two different measuring tools, and that's the purpose of calibration. But in this instance, the drawings for the parts that you're going to create have tolerances that are greater than the 0.03 variation plus or minus. And I also look for grading at the characteristics of your part. So in other words, if I measure everything, all the different characteristics that are being measured, and they all measure about the same amount off, then you're going to get credit, the full credit for each of those features. If you have sections that are way off and then others that are right on the money, then I'd be more inclined to think that you were not able to hold a proper tolerance, and then you're going to lose points. But the bottom line is a caliper like this, like either one of these two, is going to be just fine for the work that we're going to be doing in the shop. These cost about $20 online. The important thing to remember is do not buy a plastic caliper. I also warn you against buying something online that might be used, because you really can't know what condition it'll be in. Another one that's very good is this one here. This is made by General. I don't have the caliper in front of me, but this is the liner from the box that it comes in. And this is also a good caliper too. It's another Asian-made caliper, but it's inexpensive and it works very well. And it also has fractional measurement on it. So if you were using this for a project that required you to do some kind of fractional measurement, you would have that as well as inches and metric. Okay, this must measure out to 1/1000th of an inch, or 0.001. Any caliper that you buy must be metal, and it must read out to at least 1/1000th of an inch. I have seen some calipers that only measure to 0.010 of an inch, and that's it. And that's not adequate for what we're doing. So make sure that you have the right tool. Don't send me links saying, oh, is this good for me? Is this a good one? Is this a good one? You know, that's, as long as it meets those criteria, you have to look at that. It reads to 1/1000th of an inch, and it is made of metal. No plastic, no oddball, cheapy, used stuff that's been damaged potentially. I've seen that happen to students. They buy something used off of Amazon because it's really cheap, and they end up with a piece of junk, and they can't really return it. Okay, so those are my recommendations for calipers, and that's pretty much it. So good luck. Get your caliper. You can buy it at Harbor Freight. I think Harbor Freight has this General one. This is a General number 1467. Okay, there it is. 1467 is the number of this General caliper. And this is what it looks like. Wait, there's the picture. That's a better picture of it. Let's see. Can we see that picture? Okay, so this one, I think you can get this one at Harbor Freight. There are others at Harbor Freight. Remember that there are different calipers at Harbor Freight or at other stores. So make sure that you get one that's made of metal and reads to 1/1000th of an inch minimum. Okay? That's pretty much it. Good luck. Okay, guess what we're talking about now? Yeah, safety glasses. I must have about 50 or 60 pairs of safety glasses, if not more. But I want to show you what you're going to need. and we're only going to take a minute to talk about this. The thing that you need here are a pair of clear safety glasses, similar to these. Okay, they can be like this too. They can be something like this. The best safety glasses are the ones that wrap all the way around your face like these do. Some have more eye coverage than others. If you wear prescription glasses, you're going to need something that's going to fit over your prescription glasses. These kinds of frames are not large enough to do that, so you have to keep that in mind. The best safety glass is actually a pair of goggles, which really fits tightly around your face and makes a good seal. But they can be a little cumbersome, and they have a tendency to fog up too. So just a larger frame pair of safety glasses. I don't have them here at the moment, but there are examples of that. One of the things you cannot have is you cannot have tinted safety glasses. These are my actual sunglasses. They are safety glasses, but they are tinted and polarized, and we don't want anything dark in the shop because you're working inside. These are meant more for construction workers and welders, people working outside that need protection from the sunlight all the time. But that is not the environment that we'll be working in, so no tinted sunglasses. On the inside of the glass, of the glasses themselves, on the temple, these are the temples, by the way. These side pieces are the temples because they fit next to the temples on your face. Has the designation Z87 plus. So it can be Z87 point something, or in this case, this says Z87 plus, which means it's at least a Z87 ANSI rating, okay? ANSI. And that's a standards organization that sets standards for different things such as this. So you want this to say Z87 plus. Not all safety glasses have this printed on there, but they should. It may not be right here. It might be at the top of the frame of a thicker pair of glasses like this, possibly something like this, but sometimes it's even on the lens at the bottom edge, but it needs to say it's Z87 point something or Z87 plus, and they need to be clear, and they need to fit your face. If you wear prescription glasses, you need something that fits over them. If you need your prescription glasses to see all the time, then you need something that fits over your prescription glasses. So make sure that you have something that will work for you. Try some stuff on if possible. Everybody's head is a different size, a different shape. Although these are kind of universal, one size fits all, some people are more comfortable in something that's a little bit larger framed. So make sure that you find something that fits. It's important that the glasses fit, because if they don't fit properly, they're going to be uncomfortable. And if they're uncomfortable, then you're going to keep taking them off because they hurt you, or they annoy you, or something like that. Look for glasses that have a good bridge pad here for your nose, so that they sit on your face comfortably. Most of these have been designed pretty well, and are pretty comfortable. So that's pretty much it about safety glasses. As far as price is concerned, super cheap. You can find them everywhere, and they're very inexpensive. I've seen good quality safety glasses for $5, and then of course you can go up from there. When you get into something like this, they're going to be more money. This is a premium pair too, very heavy duty frames, made very nicely, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. All right, that's it.